6 should defeat the second running Crispa Redmanizers, who has got an 8-5 slate. And that'll be on Tuesday, the big game.
That's right. If the Redmanizers win, it's all over. They'll have the second semifinal slot. But still, the others would have to play for the quarterfinals. One team still has to go. There's a reverse layup again by Manny Paner. And a big explosion here by San Miguel. 6-0. Toyota has yet to score here in the third quarter.
Well, going over the performance of Manny Paner, is doing it with ease, making 4 points. Juan Fernandez, good gentle bounce of the iron.
For a big man, he really has a good shooting touch, and he has a very soft touch at that. That was the reason why that ball went in. Kunz getting that breakaway, Jaworski forcing that steal.
Here's Andy. He will bring it straight to the basket, but Dasalia and Saldana sandwiching him, and Andy Fields' legs got caught.
Yes, that was a tripping foul there by Dasalia. Look at this, he goes in for the maneuver.
And Andy Fields gets cut down.
Well, Anthony is now apologizing to him. He was going in for the defensive stance. It's going to be take 2 for Fields there. Let's take a look at that play.
Injury timeout, Toyota Super Corolla.
Well, what happened there was Fields stepped onto the foot of Anthony Dasalia. Then he let go. Anthony let go. And that's a very difficult play, because when that happens in basketball, usually what happens there is a guy has to sprain ankle after that.
Well, Andy Fields is weighing close to 200 pounds, and don't forget that the calio of Dasalia is kind of tender.
That's right. Anthony may be about 170 for his 6'4" frame, very lean there.
But very quickly, when Dasalia saw it, and he was so apologetic, and went straight to Toyota, saying, "Look, fellas, I'm sorry, and let's go back to the game." And Andy Fields, a true gentleman that he is, in spite of the fact that he's having a miserable time here in the line, is also back in the ball game.
That's right. It's part of the game. Some of those things really do happen. He has 20 points, made that 21. It's a 5-point game in favor of San Miguel.
Aside from the production of Andy Fields here at the hard court, he has pulled down a total of 8 rebounds, 6 and 2. He's playing with 1 personal foul. And he also has credit to himself. 2 shot blocks, 1 against Adams and Kunz. Manny Paner and Andy Fields gets his 9th rebound. Here is the big game.
Seems to be all right.
Swinging over to Legaspi.
Yes, Legaspi set up there by Sonny Jaworski. You cannot give him the shot from about 12 to 15 feet. Emmer is deadly.
And the Minuteman again delivers, bringing the lead of San Miguel Beer to only 3. 8:57. We're in the third quarter. Here is Kunz trying to maneuver, looking for a cutter, can't find any. Going to Paner now. Inside to Adams, anticipated by Fields.
And he takes it away,
Abe King will take it straight to the basket. He gets jammed. He is fouled in the act of shooting. Again, it is the Mighty Mite. It's the last line of defense. That's going to hurt him.
That's right, because that's his 4th personal foul there. And Amarte really has to be replaced right now. Rabanes is being tapped by Coach Nat Canson. Second team foul called against the San Miguel Beer team. Saldana now being replaced by Rabanes. Abe King making his first free throw.
Now, Abe King, during the first meeting against San Miguel Beer last September 25th, fired 10 points, pulling down only 2 rebounds, but had 3 assists to his credit and 2 errors.
That was a split there of his charities. The first point for Abe King. Kunz.
It lips out, outlet pass going to King, and Manny Paner, the indestructible of Al Mendoza, really on top of his game.
Yes, he had to really stretch out to force that error there. Some banging between Fernandez and Kunz here.
Dasalia is open.
In and out.
Andy Fields, whenever he gets a rebound for Toyota, he's looking downstairs for that outlet pass. Here's Juan Fernandez, drive and draw. Andy Fields, fake.
Yes, Fields got Adams off.
And then you would think that Andy Fields would want that particular situation.
Let's look at this again. He take off Adams, went in for the shot. He missed, however. And as he got it back, there's the foul by Anthony Dasalia, and he made the shot. It's going to be a 3-point play for Fields.
And the foul was called against Anthony Dasalia. That is his 3rd personal foul. Andy Fields looks at him and says, "You again?"
some people are now really getting into foul trouble for the San Miguel Bearmen. Saldana with 4 and Dasalia with 3.
And definitely we have a 3-team foul. That is the 13th foul call against San Miguel Beer. Only one against Toyota. They're on top by 1. And here's Adams powering himself inside, getting the basket, plus
a foul from Andy Fields. His second. You know, that broke the 9-0 blast by the Toyota Super Corollas, who were down by 6, suddenly taking the lead, you know, by 8 and taking the lead. And that's a chance for a 3-point play for Richard Adams.
And the Cincinnati kid is certainly playing well. Here is Brewster seeing action for the first time, fresh from the bench, and Andy Fields walks softly back to the bench, and he is enjoying that round of applause from the fans of Toyota.
That's right. Only his second personal foul, but he really deserves the rest, you know, after 4 more minutes here in the third quarter. It's a 2-point lead for the San Miguel Beermen, compliments of the 3-point play of Richard Adams. So Jaworski, good pass there to Brewster. Brewster barely 5 seconds into the ball game gets his first 2 points.
Matter of fact, the Big J was inspiring him, saying, "Hey, Ralph, don't forget my stats."
That's right. Brewster was a little bit surprised with that pass. But you have to learn to play with Sonny Jaworski. He'll give you the pass whenever you're free. Adams taking advantage of Brewster being a little bit cold.
Inside, and a running, difficult shot from Abe King, does not make it.
It was a pretty good pass there by Ramon Fernandez. He got it pinpoint accuracy to Abe King.
Raban is looking for a receiver. Brewster really crowding Adams, who comes out of the hole. Air ball, and here comes Legaspi, and Adams just took it away from him. Bounce back again to Adams, and Adams gets tagged by the Big J.
Like you say, it's the last vestige of defense for Toyota. Jaworski giving up the foul, but almost making sure that Adams would not make the shot. Then you can see he just lost the ball completely, control of the ball.
But Adams was definitely the main factor again in making that turnaround. There's a 30-second injury timeout. It is Adams trying to get his second breath. What happened was that Legaspi, picking that air ball shot of San Miguel Beer, was scooting downstairs already, and Adams just stuck both arms out and got the ball away from Legaspi. Rich Adams gonna catch his breath. And we would like to take advantage of this opportunity and remind you that the race for this year's Most Valuable Player, Rookie of the Year, and Mythical 5 selection is now on. Watch out for the 1983 PBA MVP Awards Night presentation to be held this December here at the Big Dome. To be brought to you by Gold Crosby Shoes. The kid from Cincinnati.
That's right. Adams is really piling it up right now. He has a total of 19 points, 8 here in the third quarter. Doing very well.
Aside from that, he has pulled down 8 all defensive rebounds, all defensive.
Well, Andy Fields doesn't give many offensive rebounds to the opponents. Once he goes up in the air, he usually clears the defensive rebound.
The Big J saving it, keeping it alive for Toyota. He lost his footing there. He's at the corner now.
Goes to Fernandez there on the opposite end, drives in. There's a foul by Rabanes, but he will not be given continuous motion because the foul was committed way before he could even take off.
Not only that, he bounced the ball once, so
he dribbled it, yes.
It is a 4-point game being enjoyed by San Miguel Beer. Toyota was able to overtake their deficit and led by 1, but then again, San Miguel Beer put their acts together. They were in second gear. They're on top now. 68-64. Time is 6 and 33 seconds. We're in the third quarter. The first quarter was very poor in terms of production from Toyota. They only shot 18 points, but great defense applied there by San Miguel.
Look at the Matman trying to do his thing. Now the star of the show.
Well, Bicol taking care of the south side. What's his name?
I don't really know this guy.
Cagayan. Hole high, you have 2 local Toyota players. King and Mon Fernandez. They go to the Big J. Doesn't go for the running shot. He finds Abe King open. Short on that one. Here comes Rabanes. King on Adams.
Paner is free under the basket. He's been there for about 3 or 4 seconds. And when the pass finally came, he bubbled it.
Well, that's the reason why Rabanes quickly apologized to Manny Paner, because he was really open for about a second and a half, and Rabanes was looking for Coons. The big J from long range, offline to the right. Here comes Coons, pulling down his 9th rebound. Good bounce to Rabanes.
Yes. Coons played that fast break perfectly. He knew the guys were covering him, and he looked for the open man, gave a bounce pass, a lead pass.
Toyota's down by 6 points. Rabanes hustling. Actually, he's on top of his ball game. He's fired 10 points. It's so visible.
There's Adams playing good defense against Brewster, now bringing the ball down 4-on-1 situation. Paner with a very difficult shot off the glass.
And Manny Paner enjoyed that. It was a very sharp hook shot.
That's right. And don't look now, but San Miguel up on top by 8 points again in a wink of an eye, you know.
Inside to Brewster. Too strong. Good cover by Rich Adams. Losing control. Makes a slide dive for it. He's resting a little bit. And we have Donnie Ray Coons taking the point. Nobody cutting from San Miguel Beer. 13 on the shot clock.
Oh, good pass there to Manny Paner, the indestructible, coming up with 12 points right now, you know.
Coons going to Rabanes, and you would think that Rabanes was going to take it, but he spotted this time Manny Paner. I think he was paying attention to the motion offense applied here by Manny Paner, who responded.
That's right. Rabanes and Manny Paner are certainly playing a great game for San Miguel. That's a 10-point lead right now.
It is a 10-0 blast posted here by San Miguel Beer, and the silence broken by Brewster. 4 points now to his 20.
We can see Fields and Arnie Twadless waiting at the scorer's bench to probably replace Brewster, and the other one we still have to check. Very high pass there by Coons to Richard Adams.
Brewster King.
Abby King is the other guy being replaced by Arnie Twadless.
Time left here in the third quarter, 4 and 12 seconds. It is an 8-point game being enjoyed by San Miguel Beer.
That's right, and the matchups right now, Adams playing without relief in this ball game. Fields now back into the ball game, having the better of the matchup in points and rebounds.
Jaworski bouncing it to Andy Fields. Low posting, it's a crowded situation. One step ahead.
Fields there leaning a little bit against Richard Adams, making his 26th point of the ball game, cutting down the lead of San Miguel to 6.
Aside from the 26 points of Andy Fields, he's also credited for 12 rebounds, 9 and 3. He's carrying 2 personal fouls. 3 and 39. Inside pass to Desalia, is playing with 3 personal fouls. Gets tagged from behind by Mon Fernandez. That is the second personal call against Mon.
Yes, he's been taking care of himself the past 2 games. I've seldom seen Ramon get into foul trouble, and it was very important for him because during that overtime, triple overtime, he was very instrumental in them winning the ball game.
Jaworski switching over, guarding Donnie Ray Coons. He spots from 17 feet, and the Fields skies.
he gives them very difficult chances to get offensive rebounds. Legaspi, the block by Richard Adams.
Where did he come from? 74 for San Miguel Beer, 68 for Toyota. Desalia with 3 personal fouls. Twadless is also playing with 3 personal fouls.
Good steal by Legaspi, and he goes in for the layup.
Well, Legaspi was looking back saying, well, you had a shot block on me, I'll go for a steal in a basket.
That's right.
Great makeup from Elmer Legaspi, who is also a factor here. He's got 6 points, all coming in the third quarter for a total of 8. He had 2 points in the second quarter. Emerito Legaspi. Thanks, Andy.
That's a 6-point lead right now for the San Miguel Beermen with only 2 minutes and 25 seconds left, Pingoy. And Fernandez going one-on-one against Desalia will be given 2 from the 15-foot line.
And Desalia may have to be replaced by Nat Canson. He's got 4 personal fouls, but right now we have a timeout. And true enough, we have Desalia being rested by Nat Canson because of 4 personal fouls. Rudy Lalota is back in action, and he had a great defensive performance against Mon Fernandez.
Fernandez, they're getting a soft shot. He's 10 points of the ball game, cutting down the lead to only 5. That's the way it's been all night. You know, San Miguel, after taking a good lead there in the first quarter, has been able to hang on to it. Of course, Toyota coming in with occasional shots at the lead.
Biggest lead of San Miguel Beer, as we mentioned, 12 points, but that was a long time ago. 34-22 was the count. So far, we have only experienced 4 deadlocks. Here is Rabanes doing fine.
And a good follow-up from behind by Richard Adams. Very happy with that play. Fields could not jump because the ball wasn't ready to fall, you know. He was waiting for the proper timing.
Well, Rich Adams was so decisive on that tip-in. Pass intended for Emerly Gaspi, batted out by Coons. Quick hands from Donnie Ray.
Only 16 seconds left on the shot clock for Toyota. A minute and 50 left in this third quarter. And Legaspi very comfortable from the outside.
Well, in this particular quarter, just in the third, he has pumped in 8 points, and he had 2 during the second quarter.
And he has a total of 10 right now. 4-point lead for the San Miguel Beermen. The lead is really being pressured now by Toyota.
And Legaspi also has pulled down 3 rebounds, 2 in 1. Here's the hot hand of Adams, too strong this time. Outlet pass from Juan Fernandez, maybe too long. Manny Paner again on his bicycle.
He's the one who saves the fast break play. A forward coming in for the defensive play. Coons with a very difficult shot, and again, Fields controls the rebound.
Adams waiting downstairs.
Look at San Miguel, really, their transition in defense is really something. You know, when you have a big guy like Adams who can block shots, you really spoil the fast break play. And that gives your teammates the chance to come back and help you out, which San Miguel is doing very well.
Quadless at the shoulders, air ball, and we have Ravanes saving it. Juan Fernandez trying to reach in for a possible steal. San Miguel Beer on top by 4 points, 78-74. The Big J crowding Donnie Ray Coons. And it's a foul called against the Big J. That is his third personal, bringing now Toyota to the 15th foul, same as San Miguel Beer.
Both of the teams not yet in penalty and only 58 seconds left. They've been keeping themselves away from the penalty for almost 3 quarters right now.
Andy Fields pressing Adams, who had to leap high for the pass. Going to Manny Paner. Watch this move.
Oh, Manny Paner is really something else tonight.
Home run pitch. Here's the Big J without looking. Barreling in from Rainbow territory. Bracket shot.
Another fast break play for Toyota. 3-on-2 situation. Arnie Tuadles challenging Donnie Ray Coons and making the layup.
The minute Tuadles spun, he already had that attempt up in the air.
He had it already in his mind. He was not going to fake off. Coons can come off with a block. It's still a 4-point lead. Only 5 seconds left. Coons will go for the last shot. There's going to be a foul there by Jaworski. Good foul because although it's his sport, it's not in the act of shooting.
3.3 seconds. Toyota now in their 16th foul. They will probably go to Manny Paner. He is jammed by Tuadles. Takes a plunge, but Manny Paner is going. He's just super tonight.
That's also the 4th personal foul of Tuadles. And right now they have 17 fouls. With only 2 seconds, Coloso coming in for Jaworski will have to pick up Donnie Ray Coons in this play.
Jaworski gets a big hand from the crowd. Had 5 points all in the first half, pulling down 5 rebounds. And there goes the horn, ending the third quarter. Well, the 27 points of San Miguel Beer. Good shot coming from Juan Fernandez. A very big factor on that production from San Miguel Beer was Manny Paner. He fired 10 points all in the third quarter.
That's right. Ricky Relosa came into the ball game there for Arnie Tuadles together with Coloso, Emerito, Legaspi, Fernandez, and Fields. Well, for San Miguel, there's another good steal there by Fields, anticipating the pass. Might go for the home run. Gives it up to Ricky Relosa. This guy, you know, his percentage from the field must be very high. He seldom takes shots, but he usually makes them.
Well, what is dramatic about Relosa is that he's a player that's developing to be a pressure shooter.
That's right, you know, and because he was very responsible for that shot that sent the ball game against the Gilbis Gin Tonics into a third overtime. There's a foul by Fernandez. His third. Saldana is now coming back into the ball game for B-Boy Rabanes. And you must really give credit to the game that B-Boy has played for San Miguel. Adams with 11 points leads the production in the third quarter.
We're now in our 5th deadlock. Bounce inside. Here's Rudy Lelota. Juan Fernandez keeping an eye on him. Coming out is Adams. Andy Fields way behind, and he could not control the rebound. Good penetration by Coons.
That's right. A gliding shot there by Donnie Ray Coons. Fields still went for the possible block. That's a 2-point lead for the San Miguel Beer team.
Here's Juan Fernandez watching him. Rudy Lelota shifting now to the left side. He'll pump and go.
Fernandez really picks his quarter to really get hot. And it's the most important quarter because it decides the ball game.
Well, during the first half, he had 7 points, and now, at this point in time of the second half, he has added another 8 points for a total of 15 points. Also pulling down 5 rebounds, 3 and 2. Coons from top of the key, hitting the bracket. Andy Fields, the tower of rebounds, has got a total of 16. Juan Fernandez will do it once more. And he gets a tag from...
This time, La Loca pushes him away.
Might as well. Anyway, it's only my third foul because if I did it, it seems that Juan Fernandez is hot.
Yes. It's making him like a target practice right now, you know. Fernandez, when he gets that ball in low post, maneuvers his way in against Rudy La Lota.
Inside to the Losa. Shot clock coming from Coons. But on the follow through, the momentum hit the crown of Velosa.
And that's the top of the line.
And we have Manny Paner being relieved. Gets a hand from the fans of San Miguel Beer. Oh, what a great job from Manny Paner.
That's right. Lobo coming into the ball game, Pingoy. 2 free throws for Ricky Relosa, who has 4 points in this ball game. Not really seen that much action. Missing the first, however. First free throw.
Getting to be a fine specialist from Toyota. Doesn't get it from the line. He wants it from the hard court. This is the 6th deadlock. At the shoulders, we find Rich Adams. Fields is right there. Doesn't want to give him the space.
There's a foul by Andy Fields. That's his third. Richard Adams will go to the 15-foot line.
With 9:41 to go, we have 2 team fouls apiece. Now on rebounds, Adam has pulled down a total of 11. Coons has got 10. And to the credit of Andy Fields, the import of Toyota, 16, 13, and 3.
It's a very important charities that are being missed by both squads right now. Adams also missing the first. He's been doing very well from the 15-foot line earlier. Has a total of 22 points. So far, Fields has the better of the matchup against Richard Adams. And missing 2 free throws.
And Andy Fields gives Rich Adams a bitty eye. Not guilty.
Yeah.
Here is Velosa. Coons on him. He will spin. He gets it back. But Toyota's Emerly Gaspi is the main man here.
And this is a good move this time by Coons. He did not take the outside shot against Ricky. And he went in for the drive-in play.
And the drive coming from Donnie Ray Coons. Posting now our 8th deadlock.
Oh.
Coloso with a big shot, 6 points.
That's right. You know, the reserves of Toyota are doing so well. Like Coloso, can't really call Emmer a reserve right now with the absence of Francis. But Ricky Relosa just came in as a substitute there for Abe King and doing very well also.
Here's Donnie Ray. In the last second, pitching it over to La Lota using his left.
Very good quality ball game here. Relosa going for the break and getting the shot. That's a foul from Lobo. He has a chance for a 3-point play.
Lobo.
Let's take a look at that pitch by Andy Fields. It was perfect. It was just a little bit short for Relosa. He suspends himself again. There was the foul earlier. Makes the shot. Has a chance for a 3-point play.
Absolutely right back, Andy, because Relosa on that particular move, he just demonstrated his ability for body control.
And finally makes his shot from the 15-foot line. 1 out of 3, 33%. Has a total of how many points right now for Ricky? 9.
Yes, and he only made a basket during the first quarter. So this addition of 7 points exploding here in the fourth quarter. Time is 7:37. San Miguel is down now by 3. Adams knows it.
Forcing up that shot there, but gets the play again. There's going to be a foul by Ricky, I think.
Well, on that loose ball situation, Andy Fields thought that Relosa was going to back up and get that loose ball.
That's right.
But Relosa was ready on his bicycle going downstairs.
He was again waiting for the outlet pass from Andy Fields. 4th personal foul. Let me check myself on that. On Ramon Fernandez.
And here comes the indestructible of Al Mendoza. Manny Paner back in action. Lobos pulled out by Nat Canson. And the 4th foul called against Juan Fernandez just brought Toyota to the 3rd team foul. Same as San Miguel Beer. Time 7:29.
Adams, who missed 2 from the 15-foot line, puts a little bit more concentration there. And the loop shot goes in. Has his outstretched arms there.
What he was trying to tell the crowd, see what I can do. Ole! The Cincinnati Kid. What a great night he's having tonight.
26 points right now for Richard Adams. A 1-point lead for Toyota. 7 minutes and 25 seconds left.
While the Mighty Mike, Saldaña's got 4 personal fouls on him. Juan Fernandez also has 4 fouls on him. Ricky Relosa losing it, and we have Saldaña going up.
Yes, and Marty Saldaña, he's always there scooting in for those layups. Emerly Gaspi and Team Coloso a little bit late. San Miguel back to a 1-point lead.
Here is Fields. Goes to the shoulder. He'll spot.
Yes. It's like a pinball there, moving around there.
Now we have a swing game. 28 points coming from Andy Fields. Had 19 during the first half. They lost on Donnie Ray Coons. Coloso's keeping an eye on Manny Paner.
Oh, Saldaña's going to be caught with the 3-second. I was watching that play very clearly. He was not moving out of the 3-second area.
Well, what was in the mind, I think, of the mighty mind there was that there was going to be a low post pass going to Coons, and then he was going to swing over to the right. Big drive, it comes.
Oh,
Ricky Velosa.
Velosa is really the man for the hour for Toyota, together with Emmer. They've been playing so well. You know, coming in as a reserve role, he's even outscored Cruz in this quarter. And the guy he's defending against, who's also defending against him.
Well, Velosa has contributed 9 points all here in this first quarter, aside from the 2 that he has had on the first. So we have a total of 11, and we have a foul call against Manny Paner.
That's right, his third personal foul. There you can see Manny Paner, a little bit disgusted. We have a timeout called, probably by San Miguel. Yes, it is, and we'll be right back.
The local superstars are definitely shining. For San Miguel Beer, they had it in Manny Paner during the third quarter. Then there was Mon Fernandez waking up for Toyota, and definitely Emerly Gassi. But in this fourth quarter, it is Ricky Relosa that is blooming.
That's right. He's been blossoming like a rose there. And we have Sonny Jaworski back into the ball game to replace Team Coloso, who also did his share for the team. Fernandez there again, Lorota, another 2 points.
As a matter of fact, Rudy was telling himself when he did the first pump, oh no!
I went up into the air. I left my feet again. That's the wrong defense against Ramon.
What a tight hook shot coming from the Cincinnati kid.
Yes. When it really gets rough, they always want to go to Adams, and he throws up that hook, gets the 2 points. Just a 3-point lead for Toyota. With still a lot of time, anything can still happen in this basketball game.
Mon Fernandez gets fouled on the act of shooting. It is going to be called against Rudy Lalota. That will be his 4th personal foul, bringing now San Miguel Beer to their 15th foul. Time is 5:32. Here is Mon Fernandez. I was watching your triple overtime, and Joe Cantada and you, Andy Howe, somehow I didn't know whether you were going to collapse already.
Well, yes, it was a difficult time for us to cover a 63-minute ball game. And this is a good substitution because Lalota picking up his 4th foul. He has to send back the Salya, who stands about 6'4", just half an inch behind Ramon Fernandez, you know. And Fernandez has really been making mincemeat out of Lalota with his moves there. Well, Ramon may be one of the best one-on-one players also that I've seen in my time.
And the money man has been responding. He's got 19 points to his credit now, pulling down 5 rebounds. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. Also Anthony Desalia. That's their matchup. And Jaworski tries to help, trying to sandwich Rich Adams. It is a foul called against the Big J. That is his 5th foul.
That's right. Sonny Jaworski in foul trouble right now. 5 minutes and 13 seconds. No action from reaction from Coach Edo Campo. Jaworski barely a minute into the ball game. He wants him to get warmed up.
Tony Raycoon sails inside, getting the basket for his 23rd point.
Yes, Coons knows that he has to keep on driving. His outside shots have not been that accurate here in the 3rd and 4th quarter, so he's been driving against Velosa.
Out to the Big J, rainbow territory.
In and out there, and we might have a foul there on Richard Adams for pushing off against Fields.
You know, in spite of the fact that Fields was already almost horizontal to that hardwood, he still stretched his body. Velosa going to Fields, who is open. And Fields somehow, when he let loose, wasn't too happy with that follow-through.
He sort of knew that the shot was going to be a little bit short. And Paner again pulls down the defensive rebound for San Miguel.
And Manny Paner has pulled down his 3rd rebound, Andy.
I was just going to say they're just down by 3, and they can really cut down the lead on this play, you know, or even go for a 3-point play or shot. Coons there going in again. It's going to mean 2 free throws, yes, because Coons, after the foul, suspended himself in midair, went for the basket. No, he didn't pass off. He still went for the shot. That's what you really call a brainy player, huh?
Well, he was last year's MVP, the best among the imports in 1982.
And can you believe that a 6'3" guy winning it in the open, you know, wherein it should have been dominated by the bigger imports.
And can you imagine the fans of Toyota are saying, hey, we were together last year.
That's right. He was a very popular player. And His concentration is always there. He missed the first free throw. What I was going to say is that Coons seldom loses his cool. You know, he's a pressure player, likes to deliver in the clutch.
And he likes the country. We had an opportunity to talk to him and says, this is my second home. It is now a 2-point game. Time is 4:15 to go. The Big J playing with 5 personal fouls. Here is Fields looking for room, gets bumped by Adams. He keeps it alive. Looking for a cutter. He swings over to Mon Fernandez. Here comes the move of Mon. It nips out.
There's going to be a loose ball foul there on maybe Dasalia. On Adams, that's his 4th personal foul, using his elbows to shove off Fernandez there, who was going for offensive rebound. Adams breathing a little bit hard, leaning a little bit there on your screen.
Not only that, with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left, the 4th personal foul of Rich Adams just brought San Miguel Beer to the 7th team foul. They're now over the limit. They're in team foul trouble. The Big J moving without the ball.
This time he did not pass off. He went straight for the basket.
He had the momentum, he had the opening, and he used his left. Ambidextrous. He can shoot left and right.
Yes, definitely. From layups, definitely. There's no question about it.
This is the first basket of the Big J in the second half. He's been assigned. There's going to be a foul.
Yes, a foul on Fields there.
Big J watching Manny Paner because he knows that Manny Paner has been hot for San Miguel. It is the 4th personal foul called against Andy Fields.
Look at it there on the screens. A lot of players in foul trouble. But Jaworski there with 5.
Open is the Mighty Mike.
Coons really has a lot of faith in Marty Saldana. When he was open, he immediately gave off the ball, and he made the shot from about 17 feet.
A cut by the Big J. Tight pass. Mon Fernandez does not risk it. Looking now for a cutter. He's being crowded by Dasalia, so he takes the shot.
And Fields and Adams again contest the ball there.
Slid from the hands of Emer Legaspi. Here is Marty Saldana waiting for his partner. Here is Coons.
Also waiting.
Confronted by Mon Fernandez. Mon not taking it for granted. Now Adams going to his favorite spot. Low post. Top of the key.
Yes. We have a deadlock, Pingoy. 99 all. 101 all, I'm sorry.
This is our 10th deadlock with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. San Miguel Beer is playing with 17 fouls. 101 all. Low posting is Andy Fields. Nobody cutting. Legaspi making an attempt. Velosa has to move out of the shaded lane. 7 on the shot clock. Andy Fields, tight shot, drive and draw play. Mon Fernandez has to spot.
With it short there, but there's a follow-up by Jaworski, in and out. There's going to be a loose ball foul on
Andy Fields.
Coons.
It is Coons. Foul was Fields.
No, Coons with a foul, yeah. Foul was Fields, yes. And since San Miguel is in penalty situation, that's going to mean 2 free throws for Andy Fields after this timeout thing. You know, although the ball game hasn't been very high scoring, it's been very nice, you know, because both of the teams are fighting very hard. Right now we have a 101 all tie, 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. Fields can break the tie with these 2 free throws because of the penalty situation, and he's been having a great evening. 28 points right now for Andrew Fields.
Well, 2 things, Andy, I think that will really make this game a cardiac game, which is what it is right now. It'll be the turnovers and then the personal foul situations, because it will be the story being told at the line.
That's right. You know, right now Toyota is up by 2 points, and you can't discount the possibility that this game might go into overtime, because both of the squads know that it's outright into the quarterfinals and a chance for a semifinal slot, you know.
The Big J playing with 5 personal fouls. Is right there, all set to sandwich Coons. It should drive inside.
Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes.
In these last 2 exciting minutes, take Lipovitan. It gets you going.
Gets us going also all the time, Pingoy. That was a great shot there by Adams, hook over Fields, and there we can see Ramon playing one-on-one, but he's really being guarded well.
Here is Velosa back again to Mon Fernandez. 4 on the shot clock.
Traveling, yes. He made the shot, but it was nullified because he lifted his pivot foot as he went up for the basket.
You know, the Big J, in spite of the tight situation, he will always execute motion offense, trying to draw guards to him.
When he gives you the pass, he moves and cuts in, because let's try to get the double team away from Ramon.
Now Toyota is playing with 16 fouls. Open is Saldana.
Yes, and his man, Emer Legaspi, left him Marcus Saldana very wily, very foxy, making 2 points. That's a 2-point lead for San Miguel.
Time is down to 1 minute and 15 seconds. Toyota is down by a basket. Andy Fields knows it.
They need a 2 points here. A 3-point shot by Sonny Jaworski. Missed a couple of 3-point shots. Relosa with a follow-up there.
Relosa drives in
And makes it. Relosa with a one-handed shot, Pingoy, huh?
Now that was created by the Big J. He pretended to take the shot. All of a sudden, the defense of San Miguel Beer sagged, leaving Relosa open. He moved a little bit closer and did it with his hook.
That's right. Donnie Ray Kunz is going to bring it in. Made the shot, but it's not going to count. Relosa fouling him at the ground. And Toyota still only with 17 fouls right now after the foul by Relosa.
And the reason that the team officials of San Miguel Beer were up in their feet is because they really thought that Kuhn should have been given continuous motion.
Maybe we can take a look at that in slow motion, direct. Just after this timeout, we'll come back with a slow motion of that play. This is funny. This slow motion is aptly brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Let's take a look at that play. You can see Kunz going to the left. There's the foul by Ricky reaching in. Well, Kunz didn't dribble and he went up for the shot, you know, so that's why he felt that he should have been given continuation in that play and a chance for a 3-point play. Of course, this is a judgment call. We've explained this in the past, and we can't really continue to question the judgment of the referees, no?
By the way, with 44.2 seconds left in this cardiac game, don't forget that on games on Tuesday, live at 7:30, we have Winston going up against Great Taste, and then the delayed, which is going to be a very sensitive one. 9:30, we have Crispa Redmanizes against Gallery Dominic. That'll be covered by Joe Cantada and my partner here, Andy Howe.
We have a no-bearing game there between Winston and Great Taste, but a lot of bearing in the second game between Crispa and Gallery Dominic, because Crispa fighting for a semifinals berth outright. Gallery trying to tie with Crispa and maybe even forcing a possible triple tie for a fight for the second slot in the semifinals.
Entering the fourth and last quarter, it was San Miguel Beer on top by 4 points. Score then was 80-76. The weakest quarter of Toyota was the first, where they were limited by San Miguel with 18 points, while San Miguel had 27. There's another timeout. We will be back. Why don't you listen to this?
Only 44.2 seconds left, 105 balls. San Miguel called another timeout because they really know the importance of this play, and they wanted to make sure that they set the play right. They know they need the 2 points right now in this play. Kunz will probably be given the option to drive against Relosa since Toyota is also in penalty situation.
Time is ticking away. It is down to 35 seconds on the shot clock. 14. Kunz drives.
There's here. Oh, there was a block there by Andy Fields, but there was a foul called, and that's the 5th personal foul of Fields. Let's take a look at that play again. So you can see Fields was anticipating that Kunz was going to drive. There he is waiting in the wings. Kunz goes in for the block shot, a dunk shot. There's the block by Andy Fields, and there was a contact call there by the referees. 2 free throws for Donnie Ray.
There was body contact because of the momentum of both bodies. Now you have Kunz on the spotlight. How's he doing from the line?
2 out of 3, that's 67% from the free throw line. Donnie Ray Kunz, very important free throws. Earlier he missed one of them. 26 points for Donnie Ray. Make that 27.
Time is down to 30.5 seconds. Jaworski and Fields, they now have 5 personal fouls apiece.
That's right, but it's very close to the end game, and Kunz with a pressure charity here again, straight down the net.
And immediately we have Ed Ocampo asking for a timeout. We will. Fields continues to talk to him, giving him that motivation. Don't be disturbed by that call. And Andy Fields was saying, where else could I have gone? I just went straight up, as Andy Howe mentioned.
Well, yes, you know, because he had been there about a second earlier, and so we can't really tell what should have been the proper call there at this point, no? But Toyota is not out of the ball game. They're just down by 2, 30.5 seconds. They call this timeout. They're throwing from half court. and they've probably set up a play. We cannot discount the possibility of an overtime here again, Pingoy, because if Toyota can convert, you know, they still would give San Miguel a couple of seconds with the opportunity to score a basket of their own. Let's see if Toyota, who they will go to. Will they go to Ramon Fernandez to try to fish for a foul or to drive in play, or will they go to Fields under the basket against Richard Adams, who himself has 4 fouls? Or you can't really say. Legazpi has been hitting it from the outside, and Relosa has been there for the support.
Well, the possible scenarios here is that, one, Toyota will probably work that leather inside and go for the big men, go for the shot. If it goes in, hopefully you get also a foul for a possible three-point play. Now, if they're defended well against by San Miguel Beer, they will go for the open man, and somehow Legazpi has been delivering. Don't forget that the Big J on a second possibility, he can hit from rainbow territory.
Yes, so far he has not made any, but you can't tell when he can hit one. Important thing is this throw-in was almost stolen by Manny Paner, but he hit the sideline there, so it's now Fernandez's turn to throw in. He was supposed to be the recipient of that pass. Andy Fields quickly coming out for the pass. Fernandez ready to drive in there.
Manny Paner trying to help out. All set to sandwich. Mon Fernandez looking for a cutter. Here's the Big J.
And there's a foul by Saldana. That's going to send Sonny Jaworski to the 15-foot line.
Saldana.
Now, in your coverage with Joe Cantada last Thursday, the Big J had 6 attempts, made 4, and somehow he can't afford to miss any. Time is down to 18.4 seconds.
That's right. Sonny Jaworski on the spotlight right now. Making the first. A little bit short, but it still had enough backspin to get itself up there.
And this is the Big J.
Oh, he has experience, you know, Pingo. That's the important thing at this point, you know, the ability to throw up those pressure shots. You may not have a very good release, but if you have the nerve, you might make the shot, and he has it.
And immediately, Nat Canton asks for a timeout, and this is the last timeout for San Miguel Beer. Again, the time is 18.4 seconds. This is now the 13th deadlock at 107 all.
That's right. You can't blame Nat Canson. He really needs this timeout. They will definitely try to go for the last shot. They would not want Toyota to have any more attempts at the basket. Right now, even if they go to overtime, they might feel they have an advantage with Jaworski and Fields both having 5 personal fouls. So they will really try to go for the last shot. You know, they'll probably throw in quickly to Coons or somebody else, procrastinate a little bit there, use some tactics there, then get it over to Donnie Ray or to Richard Adams and tell them to drive in the last 4 or 5 seconds of this regulation match.
Well, definitely there is a strong probability of going into overtime. Right now, it is tied for the 13th time at 107 all.
And you know, Edo Campo is a defensive specialist, Pingoy. He probably already is aware that they will not go for the shot very quickly. So, again, they know that they might either go to Adams or to Donnie Ray Coons. And you'll probably see Andy Fields sagging off his man a little bit there, trying to go for the block shot or the defensive play. What he must watch out right now for is the drop-off pass from Coons to Richard Adams. And I think that, you know, the minute Coons starts maneuvering inside, you can see a complete sag down of all the other local players into the 3-second area. Because I think then they can maybe cramp his style a little bit. Of course, with instructions not to foul because they are in penalty. San Miguel, if they can throw in the ball properly, they have nothing to lose in this regulation time.
Time left, 18.4 seconds. And on personal fouls, Fields and the Big J off Toyota with 5 each. Juan Fernandez is carrying 4. Relosa's got 3 and 1 against Emer Legazpi. Going over to San Miguel Beer, the one in trouble is the Mighty Mite Saldana. He's got 5. Then the Salya and Adams have got 4 apiece. 3 on Manny Paner, playing a super game. Coons and Relosa has to stick a little bit closer.
That's
because
right.
Coons can threaten from rainbow territory.
Right now they're clearing the area for Donnie Ray Coons. Emer Legazpi has already left his man. Coons is still looking at the clock. 7 seconds left. Going to Manny Paner. Manny Paner blocked there by Andy Fields. And Toyota still has enough time to throw it up, but it's going to be overtime. Manny Paner. Take a look at this, you know. Coons now going to the right side of the court, still covered by a lot of men there. Had to give up the ball to Manny Paner. Manny didn't want to take it from that area, drove in, and there was the block by Fields. There was a little bit of collusion, but at this point, it would really be hard for the referees to blow their whistle at that point. Jaworski should have taken this already, but he wanted to go for the high percentage. And they still salvage an overtime.
Well, on that particular defense applied by Andy Fields, he definitely went up with both arms stretched out, so that there is no question whatsoever that he went on a vertical leap.
That's right, you know, he didn't want the guys to have any chance of moving the ball from right to left and maybe throwing it up or squeezing it. So it was like a overall hassle on the part of Andy Fields, who is now replaced in the overtime period by Brewster. He has to be replaced because he has 5 personal fouls, you know, and I'm sure that if the locals can hang on, then he'll be sent in after 2 or 3 minutes of play.
Now, Andy, entering the fourth and last quarter during regulation time, Toyota was down by 4 points.
But Brewster was fresh, got the first rebound, and Fernandez goes in for the layup, the first 2 points of the overtime period.
Again, Mon Fernandez, just like Thursday, is rising to the occasion.
Yes. Very tough, very good player.
Regulation time, he had 19 points to his credit. Now 21 points, putting down 5 rebounds. La Lota replies.
Donnie Ray Kunz, using his peripheral vision, immediately spotted La Lota free under the basket.
And Rudy La Lota is responding with his 10th point. Has only 1 defensive rebound. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. They're having their own great matchup.
And he's set up against Fernandez there again, with Manny Paner trying to double team, leaving Coloso free on top. Emmer missing this time. Kunz pulling down the rebound. Powerful lead there by Donnie Ray. Huh?
And Donnie Ray has pulled down 11 rebounds, 7 and 4. He's playing with 2 personal fouls. Time is 4 minutes and 5. Kunz sails straight to the basket.
This time there was no Fields there for the block, although Brewster did give it a good effort. It's a 2-point lead for the San Miguel Beermen.
Good bounce pass to Coloso.
Oh.
He was intimidated.
That's right. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. San Miguel trying to get a better lead right now.
On the matchup, Mon Fernandez and Rudy La Lota. Brewster trying to front Rich Adams. Ricky La Lota on Kunz. And Rabanes. Kunz guarded by Coloso. And we have a turnover.
Yes, fumbling the ball a little bit. The ball being a little bit slippery. Arnie Tuades is now being dispatched by Edo Campo into the ball game, probably for Coloso. Yes, for Coloso.
Well, Coloso had the opportunity to tie the game, but somehow he got intimidated. And Tuades, 13 points during regulation time, 3 defensive rebounds. Experienced campaigner. Here is Brewster looking for a cutter. Here's Legaspi. He's open.
Yes, set up by that screen by Ralph Brewster, and Emmer Legaspi, the minute he passed the screen, was up in the air for the shot.
Well, in the second half, Legaspi contributed 10 points, had 2 points during the first half. This is now Relosa's foul. That is his 4th.
And the first team foul called against Toyota in overtime. 4 team fouls before you get into penalty situation. San Miguel is still clean.
This is the 15th deadlock. We had 13 during regulation time, 2 here in overtime. This is the first overtime. Could be 2 or 3.
La Lota, a 4th shot there, but Kunz with the offensive rebound. And wisely setting it up again.
Here is La Lota looking for Rich Adams, being covered by Brewster, bumping him, preventing him free access to the lane. Kunz baseline drive.
Fouled before he could really take off. There was a foul by Tuades. That's his 5th.
Also bringing Toyota to the second team foul here in the first overtime. Time is 2:41. Kunz looking for Adams.
Adams throwing up that left-handed hook over Brewster there.
What a nice soft hook shot, but very effective.
Yes, and we can see Andy Fields waiting at the scorer's bench. He was tapped, but he was not in time to come in for the substitution.
32 big points for Rich Adams. Mon Fernandez going to Tuades. Here's Brewster. 1 pump. He'll take it this time.
Off the glass.
And just like the previous game Thursday, he will respond, whether it's 4 or 6 points. But it seems that you can now count on Brewster.
That's right. You know, he plays as a relief for Andy Fields. But what a relief job he's been doing.
Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes.
In his last 2 exciting minutes in overtime, Take Me Pobitan, it gets you going.
That's right. That's a 2-point lead for San Miguel. Kunz has been doing well against Ricky Relosa right now, and I think that's the reason why Abe King is there also in the scorer's bench.
Out to Mon Fernandez, 5 on the shot clock. Mon gets away.
Misses it, but there's a foul from behind by Manny Paner. Yes.
Juan Fernandez not giving up. Manny Paner also had the same thoughts. It is the fourth personal foul on Manny Paner, and we have substitutions. Abe King, almost fresh from the bench, seeing action in overtime, and Andy Fields reports back to work.
Well, for San Miguel, it's Marty Saldana coming in for Rabanes, and the Dasalia is now being fielded in for Rudy Lalota to go up against Ramon Fernandez.
It is a 2-point game being enjoyed by San Miguel Beer here in the first overtime, and it is a minute and 32 seconds to go. Here's Mon Fernandez looking for a spin, and he gets jammed. Dasalia was there. Adams trying to help out. Mon was able to get past Coons. It is a foul called against Coons.
But he's far away from free foul trouble. Only third personal foul called against Donnie Ray.
And Tuadles is rested and pulled out by Edo Campo. Here comes the Big J.
That's right. Arnie Tuadles did his share, did not even want to attempt during the time that he was sent into overtime. Big J has also been playing well despite the fact that he's not scoring. Fernandez making his first free throw.
But during regulation time, the Big J had to come across with two from the line.
Yes, you have to remember that. I'm sorry.
Mon Fernandez, whether it's caught with a good bounce, he will take it from the line in any manner, shape, or form. Mon Fernandez, 23 points now.
Coons is now being defended by Abe King, who's had a long rest during this second half. Practically didn't see action there, only for a short while.
And you know that Abe King will be giving his full concentration on Donnie Ray, who falls out.
Oh, what a shot by Donnie Ray. Abe King played good defense all the way. Coons made the shot from about 21 and has a chance for a three-point play. What a great play by Donnie Ray.
Not only did Donnie Ray like that shot of his, he appreciated the call. He went over to referee Inyota, taps him on the leg and says, "Good call, ref. Watch it."
There you can see on the San Miguel Beer slow-mo how great a shot that was, you know. He has 34 points for Donnie Ray, and he has a chance to give San Miguel a three-point lead. Yes.
Time is down to a minute and 7 seconds. 118, 115. First overtime. It's a crucial game. Legaspi
A little bit short this time, and Fernandez gets the ball off the Dasalia from behind. Forces the shot and makes it off the glass. Great play by Ramon.
and Mon Fernandez firing 25 points now to his 4 personal fouls, time 39.
There's a getaway by Donnie Ray and a block by Andy Fields. But it goes outside, last touch by Ramon Fernandez, so San Miguel will keep the ball 11 seconds on their shot clock.
Well, what happened there was that Mon Fernandez had his foot at the baseline.
You can see Coons way ahead of Abe King. Fernandez trying to help. There's the block by Andy Fields, very clean, but Fernandez very clear that he was outside of the playing court. He got the ball somewhere there about feet away from the red line.
You know, even if the ball did not slide through the fingers of his head. Here is Coons. Jaworski trying to help out. 3 on the shot clock. Running shot from Donnie Ray.
Oh, Donnie Ray coming in with 5 points here in the last few seconds of play. And there was... And San Miguel, like he said, can give up some fouls. Jaworski trying to drive in there. Gives it to Abe King. Blocked by Richard Adams.
And that could be the block of the night because we have 14.4 seconds left. And Mon Fernandez fouls Mighty Might.
That's right. Mon Fernandez fouling the Mighty Might. That's the 14th foul called against the Toyota Super Corollas. There might be a foul given up to send them into the 15-foot line. Yes, Abe King fouling Coons. It's a necessary job that he must do. There's no way that he can just allow Coons to dribble the ball away or hold on to it.
Now, if you recall, you just cannot foul anybody. You have to foul the guy, the ball carrier.
That's right. And Coons was there immediately for the ball. You know, he wanted to be the one to hold the ball. If you're going to foul, you have to foul me. Send me to the 15-foot line. 37 points for Donnie Ray. Missing the first, however, after making all those difficult shots, you know.
And King looks at him, not guilty. As you recall, if you foul a player without the ball, it's a technical on the team.
That's right. Making the second. Only 12.8 seconds left. Fernandez might try for a 3-point play. It's going to be very short.
It's the ball game for San Miguel Beer.
Yes, San Miguel Beer winning this one in overtime. Toyota must have really extended itself last game, 63 minutes. Tonight they had to play 53 minutes again.
Now, Andy, what happens? This is not a total blackout already for Toyota if they lose their game tonight in terms of the entry to the quarterfinals.
That's right. The least that they will have is what you call this tie for the quarterfinal slot, you know. But the loser in that game between Tanduay and Gilbis, well, Toyota is hoping that they will lose again so that there won't be any ties, you know. Saldana making his second free throw, a 5-point lead, only 4 seconds left.
The Big J lets loose. And Toyota loses with a score of 117, and San Miguel Beer comes up on top by 5 points, winning in overtime.